Hi guys, my name is Nonema Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Captain Chris Mangena. When he entered the charts fully now, he was the one that was doing the things, giving the evidence. Let's check what he said and how that went for him in the cross-examination. Now, let's talk about how he handled the pressure of cross-examination also, do you understand? Before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end, and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you'll be supporting this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now enters ballistic expert Captain Chris Mangena, the man the state has relied on for a decade, the man they believe will cement their smoking gun. But instead, he detonated the state's case from the inside because the moment Mangena admitted contamination was possible, the entire ballistic conclusion ceased to exist. And Mangena's match, the so-called match, yes, between the case found in Kelly Khumalo's home and Mnube's alleged firearm was always a fragile theory, right? But it survived barely because it rested on one assumption, that the evidence was pure, untouched, contained. Because ballistics, unlike witness statements, has no gray areas, no maybe, no sort of, no close enough. It is either clean or it is worthless. And the defense knew it. And they had to take him through everything. Under cross-examination, Mangena faced one question that mattered. Captain, was contamination possible? Mangena paused and then delivered the line that shattered the state's entire forensic dream. Yes, contamination is possible. That was the end. Not theatrically, not instantly, but legally, scientifically, methodologically. Yeah, all of that. Methodologically, it was that. The casing could no longer be authenticated. The firearm match could no longer be trusted, and the state signature piece of evidence evaporated. This wasn't just doubt, this was foundational collapse. And who was doing that? Mangena in the witness box during cross-examination. Why, and you would sit and wonder why the defense didn't need to prove anything else. They didn't have to, because here's the brilliance of the defense strategy. They never needed to prove the bullet was planted. They never needed to prove who handled it. They never needed a full chain of custody conspiracy. They only needed to show one thing, that SAP's procedures made it impossible to guarantee the casing's integrity. They succeeded. Once that rod enters the chain of custody, the exhibit becomes toxic, legally unusable, scientifically unreliable, because you cannot run pure science on a contaminated sample. You cannot authenticate chaos. And remember, Mangena's statement, it was clear. It was crystal clear. He said when he found the forensic bag, it was opened. The seal was opened. That's on there in his statement. That one, there's nothing you can do there. That alone is a problem for the case. That alone. For 10 years, this case was the centerpiece, the casing. That bullet casing, yes, was the centerpiece. The one link tying the accused to the scene. But in seconds, with one concession, with one admission in the calm of cross-examination, Mangena confirmed what the defense had been saying beneath the noise. The bullet that the state built its case on cannot be trusted. Science didn't save the state, science destroyed the state. And that is what matters in the defense cause. That is what matters. This trial has seen fabricated narratives, contradictory witnesses and statements, collapsing investigations, but nothing has imploded quite like this one, the Bullet situation. Because when a ballistic expert says contamination is possible, he is not making a small concession. He is pulling the pin on the state's hand grenade. Because when a ballistic expert says all of that, it doesn't look good. Mangena didn't just weaken the case, he confirmed its fatal flaws. A poisoned exhibit cannot convict anyone, no matter how loudly the state shouts, match, match, it's matching. The bullet didn't kill Senzo Meyiwa, but it may have just killed the state's entire prosecution. And I don't think that is something Ubalo is ready for. He's not. The way he is pushing, it shows that he is not ready for. But one thing that Mangena did for them there, Mangena collapsed the state case. The bullet casing, it destroyed everything. In a competent court, all of that would matter. Because Umangena, one thing that he also did, another thing, not one thing, contamination, he dropped the contamination bombshell. And the defense was like, obliterate all of that. And they dealt with Mangena while he was on the stand. There was never a match. And Umangena admitted on fatal flaws. There is nothing that they can do. There's no comeback from that. And the smoking gun, it's exposed widely. Mncube casing now untrustworthy. That's it. The so-called Mncube casing is untrustworthy. That alone brought a forensic meltdown. That's where it ends because he admitted to it. So guys, when it comes to this case, if it was being listened by a judge who is willing to listen properly, we would not be worried. We are worried because Judge Rota is doing his own thing there. That is why we are worried, because it will need for the defense to first go and appeal. That is not what the gents want, but it is appealable. That one is a sure thing. I will do a video that shows why do I say the case is appealable. There's a lot of instances that happen in that courtroom. Just this year, this few months, oh, by the way, not even few months, just the November month when Gwabini and Babu Zungu started. That in November alone, November to December alone. So it was not even an entire month, I must say. The state case fell apart piece by piece, bit by bit, and there was nothing that they can do. The cookie was falling. It was crumbling, and there was nothing Baloyi, Gininda, the judge, or whoever else, they could not save the case under those two witnesses. And now they think that there is still something that makes them stand. No, there isn't. Absolutely nothing that the state is standing on. Especially if you also, we haven't even gone to accused number 3's testimony, him himself standing there. We haven't even heard from him what happened to him. What if we are going to hear same or even worse things than Gwabini told the court? Do you understand? Because we kind of know Danzi's story. I think the stories that we are looking forward is accused number 3, accused number 4, what happened when they got arrested. Since things happen when these people are getting arrested for this matter. Yeah, so in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that the defense did not need to prove the casing was planted. The defense needed to deal with Mangena, poke holes in his evidence, and that's exactly what they did. They asked questions that Mangena could not avoid, and he answered truthfully. And that was where the state case collapsed. Because now the entire firearm that they brought to the case, it has become its own liability now. They thought it was a masterpiece that is going to solve everything. No, it became a problem for all of them. That is what was left. So it's quite sad for them, but we do want the truth. The bottom line is that the truth needs to come out in its fullest. We need the truth. We see now that the guys had nothing to do with the crime. We see. We no longer like this evidence is not making sense. No, as we are listening now, we are like, then it's a fact. These people are being framed for this. Anyway, guys, when you are sitting there, kindly please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment. And most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you are supporting this channel financially and in numbers. And thank you so much. You are really appreciated for all of this. Please have a beautiful Thursday. I love you so much. Let's have a conversation on the comment section where we discuss what are your thoughts, how do you feel about everything, all of that, Shende. I will see you on our next video. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.